The 2016 Mazda BT50 has arrived in Australia with a revised appearance and some new technology. Let's take a closer look. There are 23 derivatives of the new look Mazda BT50 to choose from, with 4x2 and 4x4 variants, as well as single, space and dual cab body styles. You can choose between a tray-back ute or a pickup body style, and prices range between $25,570 for the entry-level model up to $53,790 for the flagship GT Auto. The model we have here is the dual cab XTR, which sits near the top of the BT50 range and is one of the most popular variants available. As you can see, there are some changes in terms of styling to the new BT50, with revised headlights with new black inlays and a more muscular front grille towards the rear of the car. In models fitted with the style side tub, there haven't been major changes, although these new taillights do sharpen up the look. But it's fair to say that the BT50 still isn't as macho as some of its mainstream rivals, but it does tick all the boxes when it comes to load carrying capacity. This XTR model, for instance, has a competitively sized tray, and the payload for a dual cab 4x4 automatic is 1,095 kilos, which is more than most rivals and theoretically enough to hold a Mazda 2. As for towing, most BT50s have 3.5 ton braked capacity, which is at the level of the best in class. Inside, there have been minimal changes, but there is, in the top two specs, a new touchscreen media system. It's a 7.8-inch colour unit, and it includes a simple but effective satellite navigation system and Bluetooth phone and audio streaming. A reverse view camera is standard on the top two models in the range, and it shows up here in the rear view mirror. You can option that safety tech on other variants in the lineup, but it does cost. Other areas of the cabin haven't seen much change. There's still the same climate control knobs, instrument cluster and steering wheel, but it's still a smart space, and in dual cab form, it's one of the most spacious on the market. So, does the updated BT50 drive any differently from the model it replaces? In short, not really. The 3.2 litre 5-cylinder turbo diesel engine is offered in 21 of the 23 variants in the BT50 range, and it's a thumper of a thing. It's got 147 kilowatts and 470 newton meters, so it's not short of pulling power. This is an effortless drivetrain. The 6-speed automatic shifts through cogs intuitively, though it should be noted that some rivals have more torque from smaller capacity 4-cylinder engines. Mazda claims that it's tuned the steering and suspension to feel like an SUV, and in most characteristics it does. It steers well through corners, and that steering is very accurate, although it is a little bit heavy at lower speeds, and it suffers from that work truck turning circle. The pre-facelift BT50 suffered from quite a jittery ride, especially when the tray was empty, and that's a trait that's carried over to the updated model. The back end can skip out over sharp bumps, and it never really feels as settled as some of its rivals. So, this is a dual cab. I better check out what the back seat's like. So Mazda's promising a top-notch experience in the back seat, and I've got to say, it is really good back here. I've got good knee room, good toe room, and good headroom, and if there were 3 of me across the back, I'm sure we'd all be relatively comfortable. However, there are no rear seat air vents, and I've got this handy drop-down armrest with cup holders so I can sit back and relax while my driver takes me to our destination. Oh, what? We're already here? Okay. So the Mazda BT50 dual cab is comfortable in the back, drives very well, and it feels more refined than it did before. The fact it looks a bit more macho is a bonus, and it means the Mazda remains one of the best options in the ute class.